What's up everyone, this is Draco Evolve back yet again with some latest Manchester United news, transfer news and speculation, and it is good to be back. I know the weekend I didn't upload anything because I wanted to enjoy my weekend, because you know these news and videos come thick and fast, but I'm not gonna take no time explaining myself. You guys know the drill by now. I am going to pick a comment from the last video I uploaded, which was on a Friday last week, and the comment comes from Heron Kokoa. He says United want £80 million for Lukaku. Conte is obsessed about Lukaku. Now Juventus want to hijack Lukaku with Dybala swap, and that's one of the news I will cover. £80 million for Lukaku is Ed will be a genius to pull that off. £80 million, that's a lot of money for Lukaku, for someone who's not performed nearly as much as he was expected to perform, and for someone who had a poor season really, and for him to be going for £80 million potentially will be a fantastic piece of business. I do not think it will happen unless Inter are desperate, and Conte does seem desperate. There was a report coming out that he will walk out the club if he doesn't get the players he wants. Obviously it's a report, but Conte has come out and said a couple of times already that he likes Lukaku and he wants Lukaku, but he's not going to comment on it because he has respect for Manchester United. Maybe Ed Woodward is preying on that, right? He might think of Conte wants him desperately. Inter are clearly not giving him the money, Conte the money to go and get Lukaku, therefore putting Inter at a risk of losing Conte or breaking a relationship. So maybe Ed Woodward is using that to his advantage to keep rejecting bids until Conte gets very angry, threatens to leave, Inter pays up the money, win-win situation. But the damaging factor is that Inter might just pull out. They might say, you know what, actually forget it, we're not going to pay that much. Probably Conte, shut it, get on with it, we'll find alternatives. And you're basically pricing Lukaku out of the market. In terms of Dybala, obviously there's some reports come out that we'll cover that a bit more later on, so I won't cover that right now. But anyway, Heron, thank you so much. Anyways guys, this was another example of a comment coming up and I'm addressing it, or I'm giving my thoughts and opinions on it. So get commenting guys, get involved, and we'll take it from there. First bit of news. Before the first bit of news, I gave away spoilers. We got some Bruno Fernandes update, we got some Harry Maguire update, and we got obviously some Dybala Lukaku update. So diving straight in, this is a picture of Bruno Fernandes where he was in tears after the last game, last Sporting Lisbon's friendly game. So I think it happened about a day or a couple of days ago when Sporting Lisbon played a friendly as part of the free pre-season. Obviously Bruno Fernandes was involved. He was taken off at halftime, I believe, and upon being taken off he sat on the bench and he was in tears. Take it how you want. His wife Anna Pinho uploaded that video on her Instagram, and she captioned the image "sempre," which means always in English. So what does always mean? From that image, maybe always love Sporting Lisbon. Could be. Bruno Fernandes then took that same video and uploaded it on his own Instagram, adding a green heart and a lion emoji. So obviously green is the color of Sporting Lisbon, lion is their crest, the animal on their crest. Now I reckon there's some things in it. There's been very mute and very silent, but there has been various reports coming out that this is the week that we might get a couple of signings. We'll talk about the second one because we got Harry Maguire coming up very soon, and Bruno Fernandes we know very well that we have chased him or scouted him whole of last season. There's various outlets come out. The president came out and said he can potentially leave, but he'll command the fee. So they were all open around Bruno Fernandes news, but these news are coming out all from almost Portuguese side, and this has irritated Manchester United somewhat, according to some reports that and that's one of the reasons we probably have pulled out if there is a situation like this. But this is very interesting. You know, you don't see a player almost in tears, especially in a friendly match coming off. Could he have played his last game at Sporting Lisbon, and it's his way of saying goodbye, and emotions are kicking in because he's been a Sporting Lisbon player, and he's had a fantastic season last season. He's got a very good reputation with the club, and the fans adore him. So that's it, guys. What do you guys think about this image? Do you guys think that there was no tears, he was just sweating, or do you guys think that this was his last game? Let me know in the comments below. On to Romelu Lukaku. We all know that Romelu Lukaku is planned to be moved from Manchester United. We don't know where he's going, with various reports saying Inter Milan, that suddenly Juventus has come in the middle, and Juventus are willing to offer Dybala as part of the deal, because Dybala's situation at Juventus does not look that great at the moment. Lukaku has been left out of the pre-season friendly that we're due to play tomorrow, I believe. And before that, I covered it last week, where when United came back from the pre-season tour into Europe, into Manchester more specifically, he did not meet up with the squad. He went somewhere else, and then he posted an image on his Twitter or Instagram with his agent saying to be continued. So obviously, clearly he's with his agent. They're negotiating probably certain options, the contractual options depending on what club has officially put a contract on the table for him. So there you have it. That's the latest on Romelu Lukaku. He has not travelled with the squad for the friendly, and therefore it is a highly likely chance that he will be leaving. Obviously, it's just a matter of thrashing out the fee which is being reported. That's the stumbling block. Dybala, for me personally, I said it over and over again, he might not be a good fit for us. He's just another star signing, isn't it? Who will command a huge sort of wages. And there were reports coming out that he will demand, or he's doubling his wages to 300,000 per week at Manchester United. I don't know what to think about that. It's a lot of money for a player who's clearly talented but unproven in the league, and I think we've got too many of that type of players in our squad where they are clearly talented but they are not pulling the weight, and they are on high wages, hence why we can't shift them. You know, you look at Alexis Sanchez, who's reportedly on 400k a week. He's had a very poor season. There's rumors that he might be leaving, but nobody was willing to pay his wages because Alexis Sanchez is clearly not going to be reducing or taking a pay cut unless he goes to China. Simple as that. Another player that has not travelled is Matteo Darmian. Apparently there's reports coming out that Darmian is possibly going to be moving to Barcelona. Don't know how much of a truth is in there, but he is obviously clearly surplus to requirement. He is not needed at the club. I can't remember the last time he actually played for us. He hasn't been injured, that's for sure, but he has not been. He is also another player that has not travelled with United, which means that he is clearly negotiating some deals somewhere else, maybe Barcelona. You never know. I think Barcelona, if he moves to Barcelona, he'll do a good job, because Barcelona is a world-class team. They are always challenging, and I'm sure he'll win a trophy or two down there. So that's the latest on Romelu Lukaku and Matteo Darmian, and be around Dybala. On to the big one that is pretty much solid. So Harry Maguire apparently has called in sick today. So he's called in sick. I have not heard of that. You know, let me know, guys, in the comments below. Have you ever heard of a football player calling in sick? Wouldn't the medical department assess that? And for him to call in sick, I don't know about that. Obviously, there is some tension between the clubs, apparently, and him. He's thinking that he's being priced out of a move to Manchester United potentially, and Manchester United obviously is a clear step up for him. And he has called in sick. He did not take any part in the training session today. There were reporters outside Leicester City's stadium, and they observed when Leicester take pictures behind the green screen, Harry Maguire was not present, so that is a huge sign as well. Maybe, in my opinion, maybe he was obviously very professional about it and gave Leicester a few weeks. You know what, you might just get a good fee out of me, and he carried on playing. He participated in all his their training sessions, including the friendlies. But I think it came to a point where when Leicester was demanding such a high fee, like 80-90 million pounds, he probably felt his game priced out of the market. And you know what, I've given you guys a chance and you're clearly taking the piss. You are clearly trying to price me out and being too greedy, because I think Leicester, to give 70 million pounds for this guy, Leicester will be laughing. It's as simple as that. To make 80 million pounds is ridiculous. He's not worth it, but it's someone that we need in this current market. But this is the latest on Harry Maguire. It is an official news that he did not take part in training with Leicester City on Monday, which is today, after phoning in sick. Quite funny. I've never heard of a professional top tier player calling in sick. But let me know what you guys think of this particular piece of news. And as always, I'll catch you guys tomorrow with any latest Manchester United transfer news or updates in general or speculations at the usual time. I probably will try to do these videos earlier before I go into work. I go into work around 9 AM, so therefore I need to wake up a bit extra early to bring you guys the latest sharp news, rather than waiting the whole day, coming back from work and then doing these sort of videos. But I might think about it. I might just testing it out, see how it goes. But if it's the case, let's see how it works out. So I might give it a couple of tries. If it works out well, then I might continue. If it doesn't work out well, maybe I'm not. But you know, I want to say thank you to everyone out there that has joined me in my premiere, my first ever premiere on Friday. There was a lot of people joining in, and it was such a proud moment for me to see a lot of heads come in and kind of get interacting as well. It was nice to see. So I might do a lot more of that going forward. But anyways, guys, have a fantastic weekend, and or weekday or a Monday or a week, and I'll catch you guys in the next upload.